If you're a fan of the Bard, then you can get a belly full of his more popular morsels this weekend in Tuscaloosa for free. Steve Birch and Mark Hughes Cobb are here from the Rude Mechanicals to tell me about Shake Scenes 5. Is it Shake Scenes 5 or Shake Scenes number 5?
Shake Scenes 5 in 3D.
There you are.
Without glasses.
That's right.
Ah.
We've been doing this for the last 5 years. It's Steve's idea. Why don't you tell us a little about it, Steve?
Okay. In the end of the summer, when we have fewer actors available and still an interest in audience members to see something of Shakespeare, we decided to put together a series of connected scenes. And we started this with scenes of love, and we called the whole thing Love's Labours Won. And it went very well. Then the next year, we decided instead of doing everything within a particular theme to just randomly find scenes and sonnets and so forth. And I chose the title Shake Scenes because that is the earliest mention of Shakespeare in print, when a rival writer accused his writing of being nothing more than shake scenes.
Oh, wow.
So we called it Shake Scenes, and we've been doing it almost every August since then. I think after we did Macbeth, we didn't have one that year. But generally, we will do our full-length shows at the beginning of June, and in August, we do our anthology of scenes, sonnets, songs, soliloquies, and anything else that begins with the letter S.
And I believe, and mistake me if I'm wrong, but you guys actually do this the way that Shakespeare intended his works to be performed in the great out of doors, correct?
Absolutely.
He didn't have any choice. All they had was great outdoors back then.
There you are.
And we don't have a choice either because we can't afford to go indoors and pay rent.
We do have a little bit of lighting, though. We have torches, tiki torches.
Oh, okay.
It keeps the bugs away, and it keeps us lit, so to speak.
Gives the audience something to focus on.
Yeah, right.
And this is also a free event, but if people want to donate, they can. Talk about that.
Absolutely. And probably what we will be doing, at the end of every performance, traditionally, we have passed the hat to help defray, costs and so forth. But since we did this with The Tempest, because of April 27th, we are passing the hat, and 50% of everything that we make is going to charities for the reconstruction of the community.
We had Ed Williams on from over at the University's Department of Theater and Dance, and we'll have Actors Charitable Theater on a little bit later today. Let's talk just a little bit about the arts in the community. Are they getting enough attention, or are we sort of as a society losing track of them?
Well, I think there's a lot of talk, which is good. I think community interest and involvement is, I think, growing at a really good point. I'm very thrilled by the old Stiller building becoming the Dinah Washington Arts Center. I think that's going to be a wonderful addition to the community, and I hope it gets a lot of use. But right now, I think it's mostly at the level of talk, and so I'm really concerned and curious to see what action is going to be happening on that, especially because of the storms, and that money that could have gone to the arts is now probably going to be understandably deferred and put towards reconstructing homes and businesses and so forth.
And Mark, this is a labor.
What he said.
There you are. He's giving you great answers.
That's right. I'll just ditto.
Mark, this is a labor of love for you and for Steve, obviously, and the vast majority of people who live in this community who do theater or do musicals or really anything that's connected with the arts. Just let's talk a little bit about, you've got a day job, but on top of that, you enjoy doing this, and a lot of time and effort goes into it. Just talk about that.
Well, a lot of hours do go into this season, or to just the two simple summer shows we put together. See how I work the alliteration again?
There you are. Yeah. I'm in awe today, really.
Yeah,
we used to be English majors.
Yeah, used to be.
Surprise, surprise.
But Steve and I get together in the off season and talk about the shows. We start preparing the concepts. Steve cuts the scripts often. We start finding casts. We begin rehearsals early. Everybody volunteers their time and their hours, and we appreciate it, especially because they're not doing it for grades and they're not doing it for money. They're just doing it to have something to present to the community. Yeah. We do our summer Shakespeare free because there's not much else going on this summer here until the amphitheater happened. But for the last several years when we started this, we thought it's a little gift to people. It's something that we can do that can get you out of the house. You can sit in the nice fresh air and have a little bit of a artsy night out.
Culture.
It's a gift to our neighbors. It's a way of saying, come on down to the park. We're going to do something and try to have some fun with it and enjoy yourselves as well. And I think what kind of helps in this is that our company is not made up of just solely actors and theater majors. Say we have maybe about 50–60% of our performances are theater majors from the university. But we have people from Theater Tuscaloosa. We've got people from Stillman, from Shelton State. We've got just members of the community itself and in our casts. And that kind of outreach to me is important, and it makes us, I think, a much more integral part of the community.
All right, well, guys, best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
Throughout the rest of the weekend, and thank you very much for
Waiting on
being
you to
with us.
join us, Danny. Why don't you come back with us sometime?
You don't want me up there fumbling and butchering the bard, trust me. I can barely read the prompter, much less read Shakespeare.
Yeah, I can see. That's a little...
All right.
Well, if you bring a sonnet, we'll just have you get up and read from the sonnet.
That would probably be even worse. But thank you for the offer. Thank you for the offer. Shake Scenes 5, Scenes, Sonnets, Songs, and Soliloquies by Shakespeare starts tonight at the park at Manderson Landing. There's live music at 7. The show starts at 7:30. If it rains, it'll move to the Allen Bales Theater. That's on the UA campus. Bring your own seating materials. You can find out more by calling 205-310-5287.